Hello, it's Kelly Marie here with another lawn clippings video by Lawn Fawn, and today we are introducing our new die set for the Say Cheese stamp set. I absolutely love this die. It's so much fun. There's so many different types of things you can do with it. You'll see it's a little different than our other dies, so we're going to show you how that works now. I'm just using a scrap piece of cardstock here, and I'm going to die cut my Say Cheese lawn cuts die here through my Big Shot machine. You could use your Cut-A-Bug or any other kind of die cutting machine, and you'll see that I am left with three pieces. The Polaroid, which looks awesome, the inside part that fits perfectly inside the Polaroid, which is great that it cuts that out for you too, and then this little template guide right here that's going to help us line up the die. Now the reason for this is because this die is going to cut exactly on the stamp line. For the Polaroid, that's the way it needs to be so that your image can show through it. So I'm going to stamp out the Polaroid from the Say Cheese stamp set. I just love this stamp. It's so great for so many types of projects. And then we're going to start using that template guide to line it up. So you see, I'm just going to take that center rectangle and line it up over my stamped image. Now that it's lined up with my stamped image, I'm going to take a pen and fill in those circles. So that way those circles are going to line up with the die. So I'm just going through, and you'll see when you fill it in, it's really easy to do. You can kind of just go along in that circle and it'll create the perfect dot for you. And now we are ready to go to line up the die. The great thing is this process goes really fast once you're used to it. To line up the die, what you're going to do is just get those circles that we drew in the circles on the die. So the best way to do this is just make sure there's no black or white showing inside the circle or black showing outside the circle. It's actually really easy to line up, so once you get it there in the perfect place, you're going to want to use some low tack tape to hold it in place so that you can die cut that perfectly cut along the stamp line image. So I'm just die cutting this Polaroid really quickly here, and you're going to see how cute this Polaroid looks perfectly cut out by the die. I just love it, and it's ready now for a photo or a stamped image or a sentiment. There's so many things that you can do with it now. Another way to use this die is just as a die on its own without the stamped image. So I'm going to take some of this cool triangle paper from our Daphne's Closet collection and die cut a great frame with it. So all you need to do is just line up that Polaroid there, the die cut, onto the pattern paper, and then put it through your die cutting machine, and you'll get this adorable cut image. It's just too cute. I love the little pattern paper Polaroid. Here are the two different types of Polaroids we die cut, one with the stamp and one without, and they both look awesome. Another fun way to use this die is to cut out the photo to go inside your Polaroid. Because the die is open in the middle, you can line it up over your photo and get perfect placement. Another way to use these square cutouts of your photos is to get that Instagram look for your pages and mini albums and project life. I love it. You can take any 4x6 standard photo and make it look like an Instagram, which is so fun. Using some low tack tape to hold it in place, and I'm just going to put it through my die cutting machine and get my cut photo. Isn't that adorable? I just love this photo of my grandmother and I. So now I'm going to go ahead and line it up in the Polaroid so you can see what it would look like with a pattern paper or with just the plain Polaroid too. Next, we're going to use the center of the die for creating a stamped image. So you'll see right there I have a white center cut out, and I'm going to create a cute little stamped image on here to put inside of our Polaroid. I'm going to use some distress ink to create a little scene, and I'm going to use a Post-it as a mask between my sky and my grass. So I love using Post-its because they're always on my desk, and they're so fun for things like this because it gives you a quick mask and it ends up looking really cool. So I'm layering on some of my light blue, which is the tumbled glass, and then now the dark blue, which is the broken china. I've removed the Post-it, and now I'm heat setting because the Post-it won't stick to the ink when it's still wet. And you're going to see I'm going to line up this little Post-it there so that some of the blue is showing, and that's so that there isn't any kind of white space left. That way the green and the blue are going to just blend right into each other. So I'm adding two different shades of green, and now you can see right there how everything, that line is just perfect between the two. And it's looking really cute in the Polaroid. I'm using our Happy Easter set here. I'm going to use the little bunny from there and create a cute Easter scene. Just stamped him out, and I'm going to do some simple coloring with just gray along his inside edges and then a little pink for his nose. I'm getting out some antique linen distress ink and I'm using a foam applicator again to give the Polaroid the aged Polaroid look. And I love doing that with these die cuts. You just take that antique linen distress ink, and if you don't have one of these foam ink applicators, you could use a makeup sponge too, and you just brush it onto that die cut and it's going to give it that aged and weathered look. A little sentiment on the bottom. This is the perfect place for journaling or a sentiment like this. And now it's time to build my scene with my bunny and a cute little couple of Easter eggs. This Polaroid now is perfect to put on a card or a tag or any kind of project, and I like building these Polaroids like this so that I can use them later. Here you'll see I've put together my one with my photo, and I'm going to use our new alphabet set Riley's ABCs to do my little title below, and I love using these alphabet sets in the Polaroid die cut too. So that is our Say Cheese die cuts. I love that you can get two different looks with them, a photo for mini albums and layouts and project life, or a stamped image like this. It's perfect for any stamped scene. It's really great for critters. We can also die cut directly with the stamp or die cut on its own too, and you can die cut the centers out to the photo or a center for a stamped scene. There's so much that you can do with this die, and we can't wait to see what you guys make. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye!